It's Saturday night now, so I'm trying to do something small. In my previous video, I have already switched to Web3 Storage API for uploading files. I also wrapped the Web3 Storage API call into a dedicated service called Web3 Storage Service. Now on the dashboard, I can see the images uploaded. After the previous video, I realized one thing. There's some bug there. Let me show you. In the database, there are two entries in the table. So, which means there are two files uploaded. What if I upload the same file again? Say example-6.png. Let's see this file. So if I submit, you can see now there are three entries, three images. In the database, there are three entries. So you can see the newly created, the third one. You might be wondering why the ID is 4, as I just played with this bug before the video, so I realized it's truly a problem. So I deleted the entry there. So the ID is auto-incremental, so you can see 4 now. So don't worry about that. The point is the same CID appear in two entries, which is totally not needed. So we want to, let me first delete. I don't want to happen. So we want to skip if we receive the same CID from the API response. Same CID means the same file content in the IPFS network. So what we can do, so this is where the CID record create is happening. So instead of create, we can use first or create. And the first parameter is the query condition. So we will query the CID. If the CID already is present in the database, we will skip this operation. Otherwise, a new entry will be created along with the second parameter array, which means if it doesn't exist, CID doesn't exist in the database table, a new entry will be created with name assigned with file name. This is how we can create the CID record if it's a new CID. Now let's try with the same image. Submit. You should see there is no new image added to the dashboard. In the database, there's no new entry. So looks the bug has been fixed. Next thing is the dashboard root in the web.php. So here for each CID record, I have to build the IPFS link and get it listed on the dashboard. So I want to save this part of code and make it more elegant or cleaner. So here we can use a Laravel accessor. I'm going to use a new feature of Laravel 9. So with the improved accessor and the mutator. So what is accessor? An accessor transforms an Eloquent attribute value when it is accessed. For example, you can convert or transform the attribute to or the column value to lowercase when it's accessed. So this is what we can do with accessor. To define an accessor, in Laravel 9 we can create a protector method on the model to represent the accessible attribute. This method name should correspond to the camel case representation of the true underlying model attribute. Let me show you what we can do with Accessor to save this part of code. Okay, let's go to the model. First, you see here I have already import or use the attribute class. Then we define a protected function. We call it IPFS link camel case. And the return type should be attribute. So pay more attention here. All accessor methods return an attribute instance, which defines how the attribute will be accessed and optionally mutated. In our case, we only define the accessor. So here we are going to return an attribute to make. So you can see here we can pass two callable or callback function. So we only need get. You can also define set. We only define get in this case. And we can use arrow function, but we want to do some transformation, so we are going to use traditional function definition. So first parameter is the attribute value. In this case, we are in theory going to create a new attribute or define it's not totally rely on a single. We are not rely on a single attribute, so we need to use a second parameter of the function. So the attribute, from the attribute, the second parameter, we can get all the attributes from the model. So this is sometimes we say so the accessor need to transform multiple attributes into a single value or object. So the second parameter attributes will be automatically supplied, and it will contain an array of all the model's current attributes. Now we can get the CID from attributes. As we have the CID, we can build a link. And now we can return IPFS link. Now you can see this is how we can wrap the IPFS link transformation into the model. Now we can come back to the dashboard root and remove all these part. Instead of these 3 lines of code, we can use a single line IPFS link. Now we have less code in the root. And come back to the dashboard, refresh the page, you should see exactly the same. So the UI part will not be aware of how the IPFS link is built. In the future, if every time we want to change the link, we just need to come back to the CID record, so the model, and change the accessor. Okay, so in summary, today I fixed a minor bug in the application and applied the Laravel new accessor to the CID record model to make the IPFS link build process a bit easier. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.